Hey guys, this is day 50 of journeying my life online every single day until I graduate. And recently, because I've had way too much time and been way too single, I've been watching a lot of Too Hot to Handle. And it's really funny because it's like a British dating show where they get a bunch of guys and a bunch of girls onto this island where they think that they're going to be doing a lot of, couple activities. But in fact, the reason they were chosen is because they are, too used to like sleeping around short-term relationships. And the show is centered around this idea that you have to develop emotional bonds with people, so you have to commit to one person instead of like sleeping around and doing anything like physical. And the interesting thing about this show is that when you listen to the conversations of these people, it's very clear that the things that are commanding what they say is not like logical, right? So two of the most common statements that people on the show said before they moved on to trying a different partner was, one, I want to explore all my options, and two, I don't want to have regrets. And I think those two phrases are actually really interesting because from the surface, or like at a surface level, they don't seem super duper wrong, right? Like obviously we all want to see where we can go, we want to try as many options as we can, and we definitely don't want to leave with regrets. But I think the fundamental issue is the fact that human life can only be lived once, and you can only choose one of an infinite number of paths to go down on. And therefore, there's this idea of opportunity cost that comes with every single one of your decisions. Like, for example, if you choose girl 1, there is no way that you can know what kind of relationship you could have had with girl 2, and same vice versa. But we wrongly assume that even though we've tried with the first person for a little bit of time, we know how the rest of that time will go with that person. And therefore we move to the second person to see how it goes with them. And also, we don't factor in the fact that after we choose to move from girl 1 to girl 2, there's very low chance that even if we found girl 1 to be still better and we want to jump back, that the first girl will let us jump back, because a lot of those opportunities don't wait around for you to come back to them. And I think the same applies to a lot of other areas in life. Like on a very day-to-day basis, yesterday I chose to spend basically my entire day working because I really felt like doing philosophy. When I was working, like I was pretty in flow, everything was kind of coming out and I got a lot of work done. Today, I basically played games for the entire day, for whatever reason, right? So given this situation, it's like when I chose to do the work, the thing I gave up was the fun of playing games. And today when I play games, what I gave up was the productivity of doing work. And now I don't know which option is correct or incorrect because there's no way for me to split test the other option. However, it's also no point in me thinking back on it and being like, oh no, I wish I did this or this, today. Like this is, how do I say it? There's no way for me to not have a regret or some thought in my head being like, what if? But that thought is completely unproductive because it's impossible to not give up something when you're making a decision. And I think on a broader scale, it's really important to keep this idea of opportunity cost in mind so that when we are making big decisions, like for example, if I choose for the next 60 days to really focus on my VCE, I need to keep in mind that I'm also giving up other opportunities, like enjoying the next 60 days of my high school, like the last 60 days, or getting a head start on going to parties, or like maybe business time, or just like my physical health. So there's a bunch of things that we're giving up, and I think it's just really important to be mindful of what you are giving up before you make the decision, but then after you make the decision, make sure that you accept that you have consciously chosen to give these things up and then to let them go.